sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need you to survive. Whoa, I need you to survive. 'Cause without you by my side, I can't survive. I need you to survive. 'Cause without you by my side, I can't survive. And this can be the end. I won't just settle for being your friend. Our broken bond is not too late to mend. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need you to survive. She said, boy, I want you to walk right, so I can give you one more chance. You're only living in your damn head. Yes. Without you by my side, I can't survive. I need you to survive. Without you by my side, I can't survive. Yeah. 'Cause without you by my side, I can't survive.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to SunBurst Tarot here today. I hope everyone's having a good day, a good time, and the such. So, what we're going to be doing today, I got the list of stuff. So, if people don't know, going on, we are, we got our list. And we got some issues going on in Gor World. So, again, if you don't know, there's been a lot of stuff going on in Gor World. A lot of stuff going on in Gor World. A lot of channels, a lot of people who have been getting demonetized, individuals who are potentially losing money from their channels that they've been saying. So, if you don't know, I talked about this 3 weeks ago. And yeah, things have seemed to have gotten a lot worse than what we thought things were going to be. So, um, yeah, I'm kind of concerned personally with everything that's kind of been going on. I'm just looking here just right now. So I posted my video covering all of this stuff about 2 weeks ago about kind of saying all this shit is like going down. So what I want to do today is just cover some stuff. Uh, yeah, I don't understand why people are obsessed with Amber. I mean, yeah, I get it. Some people are kind of digging in pretty deep here. However, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I did not know Peter Mon was covering her, Allie. But yeah, I really just want to take a look into what's kind of going on. Again, if there's any reaction channels or channels here on YouTube who have been covering Amber that do want a reading, I will be doing those later on in the session here. They will be free for those channels. One, I really want to say thank you to everybody in the community. A lot of the channels, people, places, things have been supporting me. So this is my way of giving back to everybody out there, as it feels like there's a lot of stuff. Like, people are having issues with TOS. People are having issues with getting their channels taken down. And I saw this. So I just want to be able to be like, hey, if there's people out there who have channels and they want that, please just let you know. I'm going to have those a little bit later in the reading, but we are going to be going into each of the girls. We are going to be looking into what's kind of going on. I do want to take a look into YouTube as well, and what are their feelings with everything going on as well with people, places, things. So I'm just adding my list. I'm adding them to my list here of general energies that we're going to be looking into. Hi, Lori. Welcome, welcome. And welcome to everyone else too, who are here that I wasn't able to say hi to. So again, that's what we're going to be looking into here today. Y'all, I don't know how else we're going to put it other than this might be a little bit much. There's going to be things going on. There's a lot of energies going on right now, and I just want to make sure that, again, we're here for the community to help uplift each other, not to drag each other down. So again, if there's any reaction channels who do come in and they do want a reading later, again, about their channels, things that are going on, advice, I am going to be doing that later for free for those people, just because, again, we are a community and I don't want people to have their livelihoods or something that they've worked on quite a bit be taken away from them. If there's something I can do to help with that, I would love to be able to do that for the community and people around, because it's getting scary. And even though things are getting scary, like, we can help probably mitigate some of that. So I'm going to put my list off to the side. Hello, everyone. Yeah, do your cleansings. Do whatever y'all need to do. I went and I took a shower right before this. So without further ado, we're going to get into some of the general energies here in relation to essentially people getting demonetized off of YouTube. So yeah. So with that, let's kind of get into it. But first things first, y'all will know the drill. Everything that I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all. Just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So with that, let's get into these readings. Again, I don't claim to know jack shit. I just read cards and have an intuition. So what we're going to start with first is I actually want to start not with the main culprit first, but I want to start actually with Rosie. And everyone would get ready with your tinfoil hats. As everyone knows around here, they get melted probably like 2-3 times over during these readings. So be prepared. Get your Dr. Pepper. I don't like Dr. Pepper, but there seems to be a vast majority of you that do. So grab your drink of choice that's going to be your comfort, your snacks, and get ready. So, all right, let's get into this reading. We're going to start with Rosie, then we're going to go to Chantal, and then we're going to last end with Amber and look at those general energies kind of going on in relation to the demonetization with these channels. Do they have anything to do with it, or is this really going to be more on the channels themselves and not following potential rules. So let's take a look. We'll start with Rosie first. So with Rosie in this feeling, she is kind of looking, we're starting new journeys. We're starting a new time. We're going and we're starting something new. Why is this? Because of the Magician. Rosie, what do you know what's going on behind the scenes that you're not letting other people know about? Because what I'm seeing here with the Fool card and the Magician reversed, she knows a little bit more of the goings-ons, the happenings, and the inner workings going on. It's like, I'm starting a new journey off of lies, deceit, and deception. However, I don't believe she's the one who's causing a lot of this. But she knows about the actions being taken behind the scenes that others are taking to potentially get. She's taking notes. Because from a material influence here, the Empress reversed. This doesn't suit her. It doesn't make sense for her to go after reaction channels. It just doesn't. She's trying to get reaction channels to her, not drive them away. Also, with the Empress card reversed here, again, this is my adult yum yum community card. Seeing it reversed here, I don't know if she's deciding to do less of this adult yum yum content or not, but it seems as though we aren't feeding ourselves as much as we have in the past to this type of content or getting that much money from it. We have taken a step back from it, whether or not, and it's like we're doing it in lesser amounts right now. Because the hopes and fears here, again, the Hanged Man reversed. Again, it's like she's being let go. She's being let go, or someone's trying to let her go. I don't know what Rosie's got going on behind the scenes, but she knows what this whole drill is, and she's not a part of it, but she knows from the fringes of what's being done. This feels a little bit more coordinated than what people might realize. Because with the Hanged Man reversed, it's very much like, I don't want no parts of this. I do not want no parts of what this is going on. Because the unseen obstacle for her is like, she's just trying to delay the inevitable of something going. This is just delaying the inevitable of something. This is the unseen obstacle. It's like, this is just delaying the inevitable of a crash of some sort. What is this? Rosie, what do you know? Because the negative influence here, we got to go to a different platform. We got to go to a different platform. We got to go somewhere else. I have to move where I'm doing certain XYZ content. Because what's going for her, she's going to make a fortune while doing this. She's not going to be one of the ones who's like, I'm going to go and take down other channels. No, but she has to move something here. And it's just delaying the inevitable. What does she know? Because here in the past, she knew something was coming. She knew something was coming and was going to get exposed. What is this? Because here in the future, we're maintaining some sort of secrets. What does Rosie know? Now I'm curious. Because with the Moon card reversed here, to me, that's like, I'm maintaining my secrets. I don't have to share what I've got going on. Whatever this effort is, whatever part or things that she knows about what's going on with this whole thing, she's on the fringes of it, but she's also keeping quiet on what she knows. What is this all about? What's this all about for Miss Rosie? What deck do I want here? No. I know what deck I want. All right, what does Rosie know? What does Rosie know with, because again, what does she know about this stuff going on? What does she know in terms of all this? People are getting demonetized. People's channels are being gone after. This is a little bit more coordinated and bigger than what people would assume or think. Let's see. What does Rosie know? Well, she knows something, and she's not happy that she knows it. With the Two of Swords reversed, it's like, I have a decision that needed to be made. It was not the decision I wanted to make, but it was a decision. It was a decision that was made. Why was it? Because the Knight of Pentacles, because money wasn't coming in, or someone wasn't getting money in the way that they thought they were. This is about a slowdown, a halt in progress. We made a decision. Why is this? Because of a halt in progress, not doing something. Because here, from a material influence, we weren't getting, like, we were holding everything in. To me as well, this is like we're trying to hide something. Unseen obstacles, the Knight of Swords. There was threats. There's some sort of threats going on here to not know anything. Here, unseen obstacles, the Ten of Wands. Rosie's been backstabbed, betrayed. She's getting thrown underneath the bus right now. This is bad. She's getting thrown underneath the bus because the negative influence here. You can't be happy. You aren't allowed to be happy. What's going for her? The Five of Wands. She's made peace with this group. Here in the past, the Ace of Swords, lies, deceit, deception, broken contracts, broken agreements, and here in the future, the Ace of Wands. Whatever work Rosie's been up to behind the scenes, or that she knows of that's going on behind the scenes with other individuals, allegedly, in my opinion, she's being blackmailed. In my opinion here, blackmailed to keep silent about what she knows and where things are potentially or allegedly located. I'm going to grab out the Gor World deck, and we're just going to get some clarifiers for what does Rosie know. Because from what I'm getting here is Rosie knows a lot more than what she is saying. And in doing so, she's protecting other people, but in turn, she's protecting herself because she's hoarding. She's hoarding. With the earring here, she's hoarding information that she doesn't want to hoard, but she's being forced to hoard. Why is this? Again, it's like because you were stuck, you were halted in progress and money and other things. Why is this? Because of the broken scales. Lies about vanity, appearance. This to me is like because you're overloaded. What else do we got here? Material influence. Y'all, I think Rosie knows where Amber and her, yeah. Where Amber is, I think Rosie knows where Amber's potential OF pages, where she's been doing content, how she's doing content, and she can't say a gosh darn word about it, and she knows where it's located. She knows what Amber and Emily have been allegedly up to, and they're trying to keep her silent right now. Because, again, we will bury you. It's the cheese graveyard. In the hopes and fears here with the Knight of Swords. It's like, you broke something, but I'm going to have to lie. I'm going to have to cover for you and lie for you about things. This is something they do not want getting out because, yeah, here, the unseen obstacles, the shaved head. Rosie's going to break. It does feel like she's hitting her breaking point of, like, I can't keep this secret anymore. I can't keep these people's things going on. Yeah, guys, I truly do believe, because negative influence here, stalking, obsession, stewing with the breaking and entering, the attempted B and E. She knows information. She knows where to go. She knows where everyone's information is. You want to know? Because the the hopes and fears here is the Five of Wands. She just started making money over on this platform again, or she just started getting back up and running, and she doesn't want her business or her thing that she's been up to get put to, like, stopped. Also, with here in the past, it's like she's obsessed with the numbers. She's obsessed with getting all the views, the clicks, and the such from the Ace of Swords. Like, she was not doing so hot with those in the past, it feels like, and now she's starting to pick up steam. Here in the future, with the Ace of Wands, this feels like either she's going to have to leave the industry entirely, or she's going to have to go. So what do we have here? Yeah, Box Mountain, laziness, unclean. Y'all, I feel for Rosie, because it does feel like where Rosie's headed, she has a lot of burden, she has a lot of weight, she's going to be thrown underneath the bus, but she in turn can't speak out against what she knows, even though she has the key to breaking whatever Amber has hidden behind the scenes. She has the key to it. However, she's being threatened, in my opinion, behind the scenes, say, we'll release more of what we have on you and ruin your growing audience, and you will never make it on YouTube ever again. Because here in the future, she is falling it. Again, I do feel really bad for her, because she's stuck between a rock and a hard place. She's stuck between trying to move on to one thing or staying in the old. And she's just getting sucked into this old bad habit and cycle that isn't for her to do, but she's getting sucked into it because people don't want to see her succeed. When if she just came out and started spewing her stuff and it was just transparent about what was going on, I feel like she would gain a lot of credibility. However, she's going to have backlash because of the decisions that she's made. So that's what I'm kind of seeing here for Rosie. Rosie knows where all the dirt is, especially with the peeps and the judgment here. It's like she knows where Amber is hiding her OF pages or her adult fun time content. If y'all don't know what the peeps video is, feel blessed. But that's what it's feeling like. And here at the bottom of the deck, with the pocket watching, she's focused on other people's money, but also she knows who's being struck or who's going to be gone after. She knows, because someone's told her, in my opinion. So that's what I'm seeing here for Rosie and her energy. She knows she's just trying to build up her stuff on YouTube right now. So she doesn't want to be involved with this, but she's getting dragged into it because she knows dirt on Amber and Emily, in my opinion. So Rosie knows a lot more than what she's saying, because she's trying to protect her own ass. Which, good for her, but protecting your own ass is not going to last too long, it feels like. Either she comes out with it or she gets found out. I do not... You know what? We're going to take a look at something really quick before we move on, and that is about her... It's about this... We're going to look at this Tumblr account where her photos were released or found, and that was apparently allegedly Emily, aka Tommy's Tumblr, but Tommy has come out and said that isn't mine. People have said it was. I've heard other reports that they confirmed that it was. It's very odd and very weird. So I do want to know, was this Tumblr account that was found, was this a setup for Rosie to say, we already have this out there, you want more? So I'm just going to take a look. Was this a setup, or was this just a weird coincidence, a quinky dink? Two of Swords again. Don't cross. Going within. Considering options. A clear warning. Y'all, I do believe that Tumblr account was set up intentionally to ward off Rosie from saying, you want more to come out? Why is this? Because the 9 of Coins. You got to stand up for what you desire. You're working too hard for free, undervaluing yourself, self-worth. With that 9 of Coins reversed. This is a way of saying, hey, we can ruin whatever you have going on, whatever platform. Because from material influence, the 4 of Coins, we have a lot of shit on you. I don't know who this might have been done by. I'm not going to accuse anyone of saying this was done by XYZ person, but someone did set this up to essentially send a clear warning to Rosie saying, and we have more stuff on you. Do you really want to go down this path? Because the hopes and fears, here's the Knight of Swords. If you want to go, if you want to fight, if you want to raise your sword and go with us, we'll go there. Do you really want to go there? Unseen obstacles, the King of Cups. Okay, so for those of you who have been around or not been around, the King of Cups has been a prevalent figure on this channel, especially when it comes to Gor World, especially the larger aspect of Gor World. King of Cups is all over this place. Looking at this King of Cups, there is someone here, in my opinion, who's like, I got a good thing going over here. I got a real good thing going over here, and we can continue messing things up for you. If you mess with us, we mess with you. This is a whole ass mess when it comes to, in my opinion, the Yum Yum community and the hold and sway it has in certain parts of YouTube. And this person has kind of knows as well. There's also with the King of Cups. I mean, this could be someone's kind of caught on to what this really is, and now she's afraid. But look at, let's go over here. The negative influence here. It's the Three of Swords reversed. It's you got to overcome this heartbreak. You got to overcome. Rosie is being targeted right now and said, you shut the heck up with what you know. You let us keep doing this good thing. But for her, her main obstacle is just trying to get over this heartbreak, getting over this betrayal from the people that she thought she could trust because they were all in the same boat. What's going for her is the Four of Wands reversed. Her entire foundation of what she has built stuff up on and who she thought were her friends, who she thought she could trust, has been completely flipped on its head. What I see here is like, y'all don't have my back, and now I know that. As here in the past, the Moon reversed, which here it's like healing, trusting, unveiled, releasing fear, and releasing anxiety around certain people, places, or things. I see this more as she didn't know how deep things were running, and then here in the future, the Two of Wands. She's going to have to reassess where she's going, because, especially when it comes to whatever she's doing on YouTube and how she's doing things on YouTube. Currently, she's skirting underneath that line. Again, I feel like this is a much bigger operation, in my opinion, that she's kind of stuck in with. Whether Foodie and or Amber is involved with it as well, who knows? But that Tumblr post was posted intentionally. It was a setup. It was a warning for Rosie to say, shut up, don't talk about what you know, and you will be okay. But this was our warning shot, and what are you now going to do? That's my opinion. I don't know, this King of Cups up right there is a very suave, emotionally, this is someone who's got all the goods. This is someone who has all the goods and is able to just navigate a lot of this. I don't know who it is. I don't know what it is all, but like, this is something weird. And what I am getting drawn back to every time I'm reading on this energy. So I did a mukbang reading a few months ago, looking at the mukbang industry and what it truly was hiding, especially on YouTube, and the energy from that video is all up in this reading right now. I will try and link it here at the end. But this is kind of nasty. This is some sort of weird political, I almost want to say organized sort of ring, in my opinion here, is really what I'm seeing. And Rosie's the weak link. She can spill her guts, but she's then ousted for everything, but she exposes everything at the same time. That's what I'm kind of feeling with this whole thing. So, all right, that's Rosie. Rosie, I would be terrified if I were you, and I'm sorry that you have to go through this. But again, it's just, you made decisions on what you wanted to do and who you were going to be involved around with and the such. So now we're going to take a look into Foodie. I want to save Amber for last, as it seems like a lot of the stuff with Amber has been the cause for a lot of these demonetization thingamabobbers. So let's take a look at Foodie and kind of what's the general energy of her when it comes to things and or people, channels being demonetized. So let's take a look. Let's take a look, see here. What's going on with Foodie? What is her general energy around this whole situation? Also, really, really weird download that I just got. It's so on YouTube. So you know how Foodie and Amber and even to an extent Rosie all came up through the mukbang part of the internet and the everything? What I just saw in my mind's eye is like, once you hit a certain threshold doing mukbangs and you're like you fit a certain stereotype or you fit a certain aesthetic, you're invited into something. You're invited into something. And once you're invited in, you got an in and you kind of get some sort of protections on the platform. I don't know what that means, but that was the download I got. It's like once you hit if you hit a certain threshold or you hit a certain aesthetic, you're invited into something. Let's see. What's going on with Foodie and her general energy? She's the Fool as well. Odd. She's got a new journey that she's starting. Why? Okay. So, seeing here, we have the Fool upright and the Devil. Foodie, whatever she's up to, she's like, I'm all in it. I'm in it to win it. Let's go do the dark, the dank, the nasty. Let's go. Let's do it. Because from a material influence, she's trying to do everything that she can to get money, more money, and money. She's also feeling disconnected from something and or people around her. Again, it's like she's Foodie, in my opinion, when it comes to this, it's like, I'm ready to go. Let's go down into the depths of despair because I don't have any other options. I don't have any other big things that are going on. Her hopes and fears, she's also waning. She's kind of coming to the end of her time. She can feel that, it seems like. She's also, I don't have the other strength to do it. So it's like, I'm going to go out with a blaze of glory. Because the unseen obstacle for her is the Empress reversed. She's unable to fill the requests or requirements that have been, like, that she's supposed to be doing. Instead of being, like, kicked out like Rosie could, or she's kind of being pushed out, Foodie's like, I'm taking myself out of this equation altogether. She has something else that she's doing that's even shadier, it feels like, than anything related to, like, whatever this other group is. It's like, I'm not with this community anymore because the negative influence here, it's like, I'm so focused on she disconnected from this group, whatever this is. Like, the energy that I'm getting right now is like this. I want to call it like the mukbang empire. I'm going to call it the mukbang empire. She's like, I'm disconnected from that right now. But you know what? If you're going to take down other people who are talking about it, like, sure, I'm down for it. Like, she doesn't really care because what's going for her, she's like, it's just more money for me. People are going to assume it's me. People are going to talk about me more and they're going to all assume it's me. So they're going to talk about me and people are going to go to my channel then. She's not feeling too threatened by this because it's like, I'm not a part of that group anymore. So I don't really need to be scared about that. Because here in the past, yeah, people didn't really know. People didn't really catch on. It's been really hidden. I'm not really doing that. And then here in the future, though, she's got a whole nother set of issues coming for her that are separate from, it feels like, everything to do with, like, the people on YouTube losing their monetization. She's in a completely different world of all sorts of screwed up. It is really what I'm seeing. Personally, that's what I'm seeing. She's all sorts of other screwed up. She's got all sorts of other contacts and things that she's doing. Nothing to do really with food. Like, nothing to really do with creators is kind of what I'm seeing. She's got a whole nother mess on the side that she's involved with. Sure, she does that type of content, but her content isn't like the YouTube content anymore. She uses YouTube as a platform, sure, but it's not for the type of content that this group seems to be protecting. I don't know how else to describe it. She's protected, but she's not as protected as, say, like Amber is. She's also, like, Foodie is also, again, she has, like, she's in a different sector of this. So she makes money for them, but in a different sector. However, or like a kid, like, the best way I can describe it is like this. You got a tarot deck, right? And then you got another tarot deck. They're both tarot decks, right? They're both organizations. Foodie was originally in this deck with, like, Amber and potentially Rosie, allegedly conspiracy, whatever. And this is like the YouTuber deck. And then over here is not the non-YouTuber deck, where Foodie used to be in this one, still gets all the protections from this one, but in reality, she's not here anymore. She's now over here. But they're the same type of group, but just they operate a little bit differently. And they get different, it's something weird like that. Okay, so next I want to take a look at what does Foodie know about. Does Foodie know anything really about what's really going on with all the demonetizations and the things? Does she know what's really going on with it, or is she just blissfully unaware and trying to figure out her own stuff? Or does she know like where potentially it's come from? So let's just take a look with that. Let's take a look. Does Foodie know anything like that, like about this kind of, about these, like No Madness, No Life, Garlic Bread? Like these are Foodie channels, right? That like they were heavily covering Chantal and they were taken out, right? So I want to take a look. Does she know what's kind of going on, or is she kind of just blissfully unaware? Knight of Cups. Why is this? Eight of Cups reversed. What I'm kind of getting from this is, what the heck do you do, child? Is all I can really say to this. Like, what the heck does she do? She's really confusing. She's not cut and dry. It's like she straddles both worlds. Ding, ding. She straddles both worlds. So when I'm taking a look at this Knight of Cups, she's like, I offered them up, is kind of what I'm seeing. It's like, oh, you contacted me. And they're like, well, yeah, we're kind of doing this whole thing. Who are the ones that you think that we could get stuff on? Or like, we're trying to send things out, blah, blah, blah. Who are you offering up as like people that we can test this out on and see what's going to work? And I think she went and said, yeah, no, these people. And she offered them up. Why? Because it's like, it came back around finally. It's like she had this in her back pocket of like, oh, like, I know the ecosystem, I know all these things. And I feel like someone came to her and it's like, who do you have? What can we do? We're trying to rope some things in, get some things going, calm the masses. And she's like, well, if you want to calm them, you can. They're like, we're looking for people. And she's like, she offered these people up. Because from a material influence, she's had these people in her back pocket for a while. She's also knows, like, oh, they're the ones who've been making a lot of money. They're like fresh in her mind. What are knowing about the money, the memberships, things of the such. Because from our hopes and fears here, it's like, oh, that money, I want my money. That's my money. Unseen obstacle here, though, is it's going to backfire in her face down the road. This is like, it's going to backfire on her bad, because now she's going to start doing this eating content again. And it's going to it's like, she's feeling high on her hog, high on her horse. Like, I got the power, I got things. So expect her to get even more brazen with things going on. However, what's really going for her, she's going to have to start seeing things in a different light. With this happening, I feel like I don't know how this happens, but her views go down, her money goes down. Here in the past, the Nine of Pentacles, she was hurting for a big amount of money here in the past, and now here in the future, the Four of Wands, divorce, separation. Divorce, separation, no more home, no more family. So what's this kind of all about here? Again, she's so focused on these people. Why? Because she had them in her back pocket. These were offers that she gave up. People who criticized her, people who kind of talked about things that they shouldn't have. It's like there were people that she had in her back pocket. Also, from a material influence, she wanted their information released. Also, she has private information. She wanted them gone. She has private information on them that she was just waiting for the right moment to use. And this is the best way to use it. Because from material... hopes and fears. She wanted to get them on false accusations and victim blaming. She truly feels like she is the victim when it comes to these two people. Yeah, because the whole unseen obstacle here, her... with the emergency room, sure, it's like, see the doctor now. However, what I really get this with is the unseen obstacle for her. Yeah, she has massive health issues. She's not going to be able to, like, how do I put this? She's not going to be able to take advantage of the things going on. Also, distraction, deflection from a bigger issue. What's really going on with her? Because it seems like the unseen obstacle is that she's got a bigger issue that she should be worrying about right now. Maybe this is her health, maybe it isn't. But the other part to this too is, what is she trying to distract everyone from with all these things going on? Because again, she has got some major issues when it comes to her adult yum clients and getting their money, getting their food. She also has massive health issues. Like, this is really bad. Like, she is actually probably, I would not doubt if she she's going to be found passed out on her bed. Because again, she is just eating and eating and eating. She's just eating to eat. There's no nutrition to it. She doesn't care. She's just eating to eat, and she's just going to do what she's due. Because here in the past, again, her OF page, her adult fun time clientele work things is not working anymore. Her X-rated work, she's not making money from anymore. Because she was doing that on YouTube. And here in the future, heartbreak, she's losing a partner of some sort. I don't know if this is Salah or if she's breaking up, but she's also going to be losing a client, an adult fun time client, with this being the Lakma Fairy, alternative revenue, a Yum Yum communities type of stuff with adult fun time content. This is all whoever she was doing this with and or for is gonna kind of drop her. It does seem like the person who I think had her back does no longer has her back. They are breaking up. This relationship is done for here in the future with her. In my opinion, that's what I am seeing in relation to what does she know. She's gotten kicked out for good. It's almost like she's going to get kicked out for good. Whatever group they got. It might not even be a group. It might just be her. She's getting kicked out as some. So, and not going to be on a rotation for people anymore. Don't know how that's going to happen, but that's what I'm seeing. Do we need any other information here? Not really. All right, so let's get to the main event here. Miss Amber Lynn Reid, and what's her general energy when it comes to, in my opinion, these targeted some targets being gone after for content. So, oh yeah, Ali, yeah, you heard a liability for Foodie. Yeah, she's a liability. I feel like she is a liability in the future, so she's got to get kicked from the system. So what's kind of going on here with Miss Amber? Because she's the one that everyone's been like, that's been suspected of orchestrating some of these takedowns. It's been a lot of her content allegedly that's been like the focus of, oh yeah, we're gonna get you taken down. So what's her general energy when it comes to this energy, things that she knows, and things going on? So let's take a look. What's going on with Amber? What does she know about everything? The Lover is reversed. Why is this? I would like to say she keeps her hands clean. You're never going to be able to really track it back to her, but they're going to use her is kind of what I'm seeing. They want to use this momentum to get her to a different platform. Again, if y'all don't believe me, y'all don't have to. But what I'm seeing here with the Lovers reversed, why is this? Because of the High Priestess. This is like we're trying to hold back information. We don't want to speak the truth about things going on. Because for material influence, we need to move you somewhere else. We need to move you. She's keeping her hands clean. However, she's moving to a different platform, or she's moving somewhere because she wants to start a new journey somewhere else with the world, this world in particular. It's like, I want to go lead another life. I want to go lead another life as another person. This is one person, two lives. That's the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde card, right? She's on another platform. If y'all don't believe me, y'all don't have to. She's on another platform doing content. I think it's adult content. I think she's been doing it for a couple weeks at least. And that's what she's doing. And that's where she's at. She wants to move to this other platform full time, but in the meantime, she's got to take other people down. Because like this is her portal to get people over there. Because the whole unseen obstacle here, her greed will be her downfall with the Wheel of Fortune upright. It's like money, success, fame. It's like a windfall of people, a windfall of information. I almost see this as you got too big too quickly. Information is going to spread like wildfire. You can't keep this information back. It's like you grew too quickly. You're going to be too big on other stars. Also, from the negative influence, seeing with the star here, you're underground. She's an underground star somewhere, in my opinion. This is going to get blown up much bigger than what she has imagined. She's going to make money, don't get me wrong. However, I don't think it's going to be the good type of attention that she wanted. Because what's going for her? Broken contracts, broken agreement. Also, massive legal issues. I do not know what her taxes are. I do not know what legal issues she's got going on. But there is legal issues. She's got the government or some sort of upper echelon sort of group that wants their money or has an agreement with her. Because here in the past, you weren't strong enough to keep doing what we wanted you to do. And here in the future, the Hierophant, she's getting kicked out too. You're going to get kicked. You're not part of our group anymore. Also, again, more issues with higher bodies of government or power. Don't know what this all has to do, but she has got issues when it comes to money and legal systems or places of power. This could also be a divorce card as well. It's like, we're not going to be in a relationship anymore. Along with this Lover's card reversed here too, it's like you do not have a relationship anymore with whatever this is. And like this seems like her general energy overall, not just with like the YouTubers. Like what's the general energy when it goes? She's separating but trying to move to a different platform. So this is like just her general energy overall. So what's the energy with her when it comes to the platform and or the YouTubers then? Like, and allegedly like her content, like again, it's like she's hands off with it. But there's, what does she have to do with it, if anything? Again, it's like what I was getting there is just like her general energy is she's trying to get to a different platform. So what does that have to do with her? What does that have to do with her and all these other, with like these channels being essentially demonetized? This is all a part of this organization of some sort. Whatever organization that they're a part of. This is them trying to cover their tracks. This is whatever this organization, this invitee only group is trying to cover their tracks. I don't know what certain individuals or channels have or have been saying, but it's like, we're trying to cover our tracks. We're not strong enough. The gates to whatever the heck has been opened. Why is this? Because some people are not being protected as much as they were anymore. Material influence here is you're about to get exposed. Amber might be getting exposed. And in turn, there's certain reaction channels that are going to get exposed. The cat's out of the bag, I almost want to say. The cat is out of the bag. There's more scrutiny than ever being looked at with certain things. Because the hopes and fears, they want to move her to a different channel to do the adult fun times, yum community type of things. Because the negative influence, because the unseen obstacle here is this is an organization of people coming together to do this sorts of stuff all together. The negative influence here, as well as they're trying to keep it hidden from the community at large. Because again, there's also massive legal repercussions. They've been trying to get away with this for a while. Here in the past, she was let go as somebody, and then here in the future, the mirror is coming down. We're going to try this again with somebody else, and it is going to fail. She's getting moved to a different platform, y'all. And why is she, how does this relate to content creators? It's because they want to cover their tracks. They want to cover their tracks, get away with what's being said. They got a whole group of people, it feels like, in my opinion, that's orchestrating a bunch of this. And that's what I'm seeing. And they don't want that called out. So they're going to go after people calling that out so they can keep monitoring what's being said and what's not. It's kind of what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know how else to really put this, as I don't know how much Amber has control of this. I mean, we can see what else she knows about this, because why not? I'm just going into the chat here really quick. Is this some sort of secret society that I'm talking about? Yes, I believe that's the truth. I'm going to call it the mukbang empire, is what I really want to call it. I did a video a few months back, all about like mukbang and the industry here on YouTube and TikTok, and the such. I covered a few creators as well, and I've been feeling for a while like this is a whole ring of people, and maybe again it feels like, how do you get invited into this sorts of ring? Well, you have a certain aesthetic and you are part of a certain community, and that's how you get invited into this ring. Maybe. Yeah, Coffee Cake, we can take a look into it. We can take a look into why that happened. And then again, if there's any creators in the chat who are here that do want a personal reading on their channel and things and or advice that we can get, please just let me know. And I do plan on doing those for free. So yeah, so let's take a look here really quick. We're going to take a look. What does Amber know? What does Amber know about all this stuff going on YouTube, with the accounts and the people? Like, what does she know? So, what does she know? Why is this? Amber's made a shit ton of money from this, in my opinion. She can whatever. She can spout whatever she wants with her entitledness. But I'm just going to grab a clarifier for this right away for this Page of Cups. Yep. Okay. What does she know? She knows exactly where these are coming from. It comes from like the orange chicken with the flex of wealth, status, holier art than thou attitude. Why is this? Because I have all the money. She knows where this is coming from, and she knows she's gonna financially gain from it. Because from a material influence here, the Ten of Cups, she knows she's gonna have to leave YouTube here soon. In my opinion, she knows she has to leave YouTube here soon. With the things that are coming out and the things that are being known, it's just a matter of time. It seems like, where she's going to have to leave YouTube and the content behind. This is not the land of milk and honey. This is no more rainbows. This is not a happy place for her. So she's going to go towards where the money is and where she's happy. Because the hopes and fears here is the Four of Swords, which is, she's afraid of this being unearthed. She's afraid of a lot of stuff being unearthed. She's so focused on her instead of other people. So it's like, I'm trying to get like, oh, what does she feel about, like, what does she know? It's like, she just cares about herself. So that's what her energy is in. Because the unseen obstacle with the Seven of Cups, it's going to be gosh darn obvious what she's doing, right? What she's going to be doing. The cup's going to be shown to us, and it's going to be, you're going to look down at the reflection and be like, that's what was really going on. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no multiple opportunities, ways to interpret this. It just is. Because her negative influence is the Nine of Swords, backstabbing, betrayal, lots and lots of there is a lot and a lot and a lot of how do I put this? She's got a lot of anxiety. She's got a lot of worry. This will end her channel. Again, she's just focusing on her, and that's why it feels like she's just focused on her, making her money, and she knows she has to leave this platform. Because what's going for her, she's trying to balance the balance of two worlds right now, and she's making money, pretty good money on both of them, because here in the past, the Five of Pentacles, she got out of a rut, she got out of a way of making money, she had a massive influx of money, and now here in the future, the Queen of Swords, she's going to try and take down anyone who tries to speak about what's really going on. In my opinion here, she is doing adult fun time content on other platforms. If that ever gets exposed or brought out to the public, she's just going to strike everyone down who talks about it. She's being the Queen of Swords. She's going to try and wheel and deal and just make the best of what she has. And if she has to take other people down, she does not care. There are no emotions involved with it. She is just here to make money, in my opinion. So again, I feel like she's going to leave YouTube if she could, because she's got lots of other money that she's making doing lots of other weird ass shit. Again, she's gonna have some rain and petals eavesdrop from material influence here. She has some false accusations, victim blaming. That's gonna come back and bite her in the butt as well. Because again, hopes and fears. She wants to leave, travel, get out, leave this whatever she's got here on YouTube, in my opinion. Unseen obstacle, though, for her is a heartbreak, sadness, loss of a partner. Negative influence here, though, is the payday cycle, along with shaved head. She's going to have a mental breakdown over something. There's something she's not going to be able to actually control. If something gets exposed, and she's not going to be able to refute it. Again, she's balancing the two frickin' worlds. I can't make this stuff up because you're in the past. Gosh darn Cat. I don't know what this is about Cat. I don't know what it is about Rarity. I don't know what it is about Romeo. I'm not digging more into this other than she saw how much money she made from past mistakes and or other things. And here in the future, she's going to play mind games with people, get people tired, get people exhausted, get people to not want to cover her. Again, I do not see her on the platform. If she does, it's just going to be boring ass content that no one's going to want to see because she's making money on a different platform. She does not care. She's just going to be over here to monitor what people are saying and to keep her secret secret, is what I'm seeing, what I'm going to say, and what I'm feeling. So that's what I got. So I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on. I don't know what the frickety frick frack she's got. So, Coffee Cake, I don't know. I don't think she's going to ghost her community per se, but she's definitely going to be around, but be so boring no one's going to want to cover her. And then when people gather information on her or bring it up, she's going to, because she still has that platform on YouTube, she's just going to strike it down. Is kind of the feeling, or like what I'm seeing in my head is like her plan when it comes to things going on. Again, she does not care or has any wherewithal about the stuff like people's channels being taken down or the such. She doesn't really care about that too much. She's really just focused on her and her only. So again, she wants to say, oh, I'm not a narcissist. And I'm like, okay, bitch. You're not a narcissist in your own head, but the rest of us can call you one. So whoop. Okay. So this is where I'm going to now open it up to if there's any reaction channels that want a personal reading on their channel, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to just start shuffling up for, I know there's a lot of people who want to know about the community guideline strike from Jordy. So I can look into that. I'll just look into that incident and we can go from there. Again, I am opening it up now to any creators who would like a reading on their channel specifically. That's kind of what I want to really do here for people. That's why I opened this up. So again, I know people would like to be like, oh my goodness, read on this channel, read on this channel. I am only going to be doing that if that creator is here and gives their permission, okay? I just want to keep it to that, just for that. Yes, I can read for you, Rose. I can read for you, Rose. Again, so we can do that. Again, if the creator's in chat and they want a reading, please let me know. If you don't feel comfortable doing it through, hold on one quick second. Just going to open something up. I'm just opening up my Gmail. So if there is anybody who would want a personal reading, but they don't want to say it in the chat, but I can like code name you, you can send me an email on my through my website, and you guys can just do it through there as well if you don't want like your thing associated. So I'll just put that in the chat here really quick before we kind of start getting up. So I know not everybody would be comfortable putting stuff in chat because you never know who is going on. So so again, if people don't want to put their own channel name in and you want a reading, just you can put that chat number, that link is pinned in the comments. And I do have my email up, and I can code name your channel. So that's not a problem here. Because I know not everyone's going to want to maybe have their stuff put out there, especially with how this community can be. And people's like, oh my gosh, did you hear this, or this? And we never know who's watching or who will watch. So just want to make that an option available, as that's really why I wanted to do these readings today, is really for the community, creators, and the such. So with that, I know Rose, you said you wanted a reading. Let's take a look at the general energy around your channel and looking at where, with all these changing energies in the air, and are people going to want to come after you? If so, who, what, when, where, why, and just some advice kind of moving forward. So let's just take a look here for Rose and go from there. So let's take a look for Rose here. Just the general energy around your channel and the such. So the world, you're starting a new cycle here. Doing new people, starting a new cycle. It's the world upright. You're starting a new cycle, trying something new, doing something new. Because it's time to let go of the old. Let go of the old, start something new. It's time for something to be put into, you're starting a new channel, a new point in time of your channel. Whatever you're doing now, it's like you're ending of an old, get rid of whatever was old there and just go towards the new thing, because the material influences here, it's just time to let go. If we keep looking at the old ways of the old things that are going on, we're going to keep going back to the old. With the Hanged Man as well, it's like the old way or the old ways of making money are gone. It's time to let go. The shop's been packed up. The curtains have been closed. The lights are off. The studio and or theater is empty. Because the hopes and fears here, I do see that it's like we are going to be kind of fearful when it comes to, what's our next move? Are we going to be as popular? Are we going to have as much money? Are we going to have as much fame? Are we going to have as much people looking at me as possible? The unseen obstacle I see here, though, is the Emperor reversed. When I see this, I would say just go through your old content. Really go through your old content with a fine-tooth comb. It does seem as though there's a presence here or someone who's like, I want to find a way to take you down. Whether this is through old content, it feels like through old content. Maybe not old content, but it's through some content. I do not know who, but that's what I'm seeing. Because the negative influence is because you're moving on. Someone's not happy with you moving on. They do not want you moving on. They do not want you starting a new cycle. Because you're moving on, they want you to not move on. What's going for you, though? You're getting out of the mess. You're getting out of the legal mess, the snafus and things that are going on. Just separate yourself as much as humanly possible, to be 100% honest. Because here in the past, the Strength card, you blew a hole in someone's walls. And now here in the future, the Judgment reversed. So I'm going to pull clarifiers for all of this for your channel. and see what we can get. And we can look a little bit more into that Emperor. But someone does not want you moving forward. Again, you're fighting, you're starting anew, you're communicating new things. Why is this? Because the bird, you got new messages. You're here. You're seeing the synchronicities that you need to move on. So you're moving on. You're following the lessons. You're following the signs. Keep on going. Because from material influence, again, someone does not want you leaving, but it's like everything's been material influences with the locking key. Everything's been locked up. It's locked up. It's time to move on. People, places, things have been locked up. It's time to move on. Yeah, hopes and fears is pretty much about money. And will I be possibly as, will I be making as much as I was before? What was the XYZ things? Again, this is like unseen obstacles here is like seasonal change. I would be careful around fall, interconnection, things, people, places, and things. Someone doesn't want you to move on, but because they're trying to, like, you're changing cycles. You're trying to do things. Because again, negative influence. You're also might be getting, you're moving on. You're doing new things. Spirit's nudging you in a new direction. And it's where you need to go. Someone does not want you going there, though. You're moving on. You're also moving up. You're going to the next step. You're doing a spiritual ascent, ambition, stepping up to the next level. Like, and you're getting out of this, to any creator out there, I'll do a big creator one. But I am saying, if you aren't out now, I would start figuring out a way to get out. Things are about to get very, very ugly, very, very messy, especially with this Justice card reversed. This is like giving me, like, you're getting out before all the shit hits the fan. Because here in the past, this was a connection that you had with other people. And then let's get with the future here. You're escaping community. Yeah, you have coin, luck, fortune, material manifestation, money. You're getting out before you're going to get caught up in whatever's coming in. It's kind of what I'm seeing. With the Judgment card reversed here in the future, it's like you got new stuff coming in for you, but you're also getting away from, it feels like, a community snafu. Just distance yourself as much as possible. Especially with this fall, the next changing of seasons. Get out now before anything else gets, yeah, get out of the pool. This is going to get bad. This is going to get really bad. I don't give people a reason to take you down. Go through the terms of service is really what I'm saying. Use code words. Because there's going to be a fight for money, and you do not want to be a part of that. Get out of the pool. Get out of the pool, man. It's not worth it. Get out of the frickin' pool. That's bad. This is bad. This is so bad. So while we wait, like, again, if other people want to, feel free. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at what is this big hullabaloo. I'm going to take a look. Where are you, card? I want to see you. Because it keeps coming up. What is this? What is this all about? Especially in terms of things getting ugly. What is all of this? What's this Justice card coming in? It feels like almost karmic balance a little bit, but what is this trying to tell us? Because something's a wee bit off, my friends. Oh my gosh, Nor. Why did you just think about Rosie's pool? I don't know. But things are about to get weird. Get the heck out. But let's take a look at what is this justice that seems to be coming in. It's like, if you get out of the pool, like, some people are going to be really lucky and they got out of the pool. And I would say, get out of the pool now. Well, you can. The money that's in there is not worth it. You will find it in other places. It's really going to not be worth it. Yeah. So let's take a look here. What are these big things that seem to be coming down? It's like, get out of the pool now. Because something's not right. Let's take a look. You're not getting away with things anymore. Some things you aren't able to get away with something anymore. Why is this? Because of all this is TOS. This is YouTube's terms of service is about to get ramped up X amount. Things that you were able to get away with in the past, you will no longer be able to get away with. Again, if y'all have some monetized videos and you're like, I'm unsure, I would demonetize them. To be 100% honest, especially with the 7 of Swords, with the 4 of Wands. This is like a new AI almost. It feels like getting rolled out. I hear a new AI. I hear a new way of we're screening things. We're going to be going through old and the new, and we're going to be catching a lot of stuff. A lot of videos are about to get demonetized. A lot of people are going to be found that they were violating TOS. Because from material influence here, the 9 of Swords, it's like they were worried about this. You knew this for a while. You've known about this for a while. You're worried. You're anxious. A lot of people's money is about to go flying out the door. Because the hopes and fears, it's time. You got to move on, baby. You got to move on. You got to heal. You got to figure out what's your next step. I want to say, and this is going to be pretty bad. There's going to be some channels that have millions of subscribers that will get terminated from this. I almost want to see it as the great YouTube cleanse. The great YouTube cleanse is upon us. And where I'm going to be saying more of it's the YouTube cleanse is it's with the monetized channels getting either taken off the platform or demonetized, and that's what that's what it is. This is a great YouTube cleanse, and it's not just hitting Gor World, it's hitting everybody. Because the unseen obstacles is something's going to come back and bite people in the ass. This is old stuff coming back to bite them in the ass. This is old videos coming to bite them back in the ass. Old things that you were saying going to come back and bite you in the ass. Like, this is going to be bad. Because the negative influence, you signed a contract. This is a contractual agreement. This is a contractual agreement. And the negative and what's going for people, it's like you signed on the dotted line. This is what you've agreed to. Here in the past, the High Priestess reversed. You didn't really kind of see this coming. Whatever this is, people don't really see it coming. It's something sure we might have talked about, but it's something that's been kept hidden. It's something we don't know about. It's something that people aren't thinking about too often. And then here in the future, this is going to cause a great migration. Not just for people in Gor World. Yeah, this is going to be bad. This is a great migration of people. If you know what I would actually say, and we're going to look at some advice and other things too, but if there's a platform that you really want to, that you see some potential in, I would potentially start looking into that platform. I know people have been doing Rumble. I think people have been doing Kick. If you're a more controversial YouTuber, or you have controversial takes, or you don't have a filter typically, you might want to go start looking at other platforms. Just FYI. This is going to cause a great migration of people off the platform. That's what I'm seeing. But this isn't something that just hits Gor World. What I would almost want to say is Gor World's one of the first communities hit. That's what I'm going to say. Gor World's one of the first communities hit with this whole thing, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know what card you're what card you were looking for, but no, there's no dogs. There was no dogs, Caitlin. Unless you're talking about like the Fool card, but this is gonna be bad. And it feels like Gor World's one of the first communities hit. Because it's like, yeah, we can clean this up a little bit. Again, there's going to be big channels taken off the platform for this. Again, not going to be pretty. So, Okay, are there any other creators that wanted a reading tonight? If not, I'm gonna just go and do, I'm gonna actually just start I'm just gonna give a broad reaction channel advice here, and we will go there. Yeah. This is, whatever this is bad. It's like there's a new bot or a new AI coming in. But let's keep her trucking along. Let's just get some general advice for some reaction channels. For reaction channels. And again, if there's a reaction channel or any channels in this space that want a reading, just pop it up in chat and we will do that. So let's take a look here. Let's just get some general advice for reaction channels. Yes, Coffee Cake. I do believe Jordy has some type of plan B. I feel like a lot of people have plan Bs, or a lot more people are doing so. Nice. Welcome, Armando. So, all right. Let's take a look. What's some advice here for the reaction channels in this space? Reaction channels, hold on to your butts is what I'm going to say. There's about to be a real, I've been seeing this for a while. I have been. And there's about to be a really big expose. There's about to be a lot of influx of people, places, and or things looking over this way. Why is it? Because the Nine of Wands, the doors have been opened. The door's been busted down. The door is busted down. I don't know how the door is being busted down, but there's a lot more eyes over here, and the door is being busted down, and things are about to get a lot more scrutiny. It's from a material influence here, the King of Wands. This could, I mean, this could just be a masculine figure who's like, it's go time. This is like, we are manifesting, we are putting our passions into this, we are ready to go. This also could be a masculine presence who is now going to talk about this community, and it's going to bring a lot of eyes to it. Again, I've been seeing a content creator, millions and millions of subscribers, who is talking about this community. I've been seeing it for a really long time. I don't know who it is, but it's happening. And a lot more eyes are going to get put over here. Because the hopes and fears here is that this has been taking a long time. We haven't been talking about it. Like this has been taking a long time. It's been slowed down. Things are going to slow down. Slow down a lot. Unseen obstacles, the Magician. For any content creators, reaction channels, be careful of what you're frickin' saying. Just be so damn careful of what you're saying. Please and thank you. Your words are going to get you in trouble. So bad, because the negative influence here, we're just delaying the inevitable. We're delaying the inevitable. It's a negative influence. We're just delaying the inevitable. Like, this is going to be so bad. Like, this is going to bring so much attention to this. Like, the number that I keep seeing in my head is after 2 hours, this video has over 1 million views. That's how big these people are who are going to be talking about this. And people are going to be talking it up, saying all these things, getting everyone excited, but y'all need to be so freaking careful about what you're saying, because your words have a lot of power and your words might get you in trouble. Because what's going for them, for the reaction channels, people are going to love you, but then they're going to hate you. There's going to be a hate following that's going to start following reaction channels. Because here in the past, the Five of Wands, we thought we had made peace. We were happy where we're going. Now we're going to get attention. And then here in the future, the Eight of Swords, a lot of people are going to be forced to walk away. You're going to be forced to walk away because you're going to be unburdened now. A lot of reaction channels are going to be like, I want to stay, I want to stay. And it's like, no, the door is open. You got to go. I feel like a lot of them are going to be forced to go because the blindfold's going to be ripped off of what's really going on. And a lot of them are not going to want to have anything to do with this community anymore. If you stay and keep doing content, you're going to gain the hate following that you deserve from it. I don't know what else to say other than whatever is coming out. If you can support or if you watch whatever is coming out and you're going to report on it after what's about to be revealed, it does seem like you get a hate following from it because of what you're supporting or what you're following. This is, whatever this is bad. So when I look at the reaction channels, I'm like, clean your act up now. That's my big advice. Clean your act up now, because things are about to get really nasty, and figure out who you are. Things are really slow-ish right now. There's going to be, it feels like a 1 week lull. Figure out who you are in this time frame. Figure out what you stand for, what you want to say, what you don't want to say, and get your head on straight, because things are about to get whack, and you need to figure out who you are at the end of the day. That's what I'm seeing, in my opinion. Like, things are about to get wackadoodle, and I need you to know who you are for my reaction channels. What do you stand for? What do you plan on covering? What do you not plan on covering? You need to really figure that out. All right, so next I'm going to take a look at the community, and what advice can we give to the community? The people who are followers, they don't need to be content creators, but people who are in the chat, who are in chats, who are following, who have sent super chats, who are on Twitter, things of the such. What's some advice that I can give for all of you, or all of us, I should say? I am also a viewer of the verse, so I am also a viewer of the verse. So let's just take a look-see. Let's take a look. What's some advice just for the community? 6 of Pentacles. This is an equal give and take. Whatever you have put into this community, you will get out of this community. Why is this? Because the Ace of Cups. For those who are in the community, you're going to give to who you want. You're going to take from who you want. Why is this? Because you love this community. This community overall, we're going to be learning some stuff. We're going to be learning a lot. There's a contract, a binding contract, whether you believe in soul contracts or not. I do. But what I'm seeing here is the people who are here now, who have still been invested, this is part of a soul contract. Why? Because this is a part of divine timing, divine blessings, and of the such. Why? Because material influence here, the 8 of Pentacles. You are seeing it through. We've worked hard to get through to this point. When it comes to content creators, there's going to be a lot of scrutiny put on them. This community as a whole, though, whether you're through Reddit, whether you're through Twitter or the farms or wherever you post content, your hard work's about to pay off. The years and years and years of information and knowledge and the such is about to come to fruition. It is about to come, it's going to make sense here at the end. Because the hopes and fears here is the 9 of Wands. Again, someone's breaking down the door, and there's the community as a whole is about ready. Get your whiteboards ready, get your stuff ready, because it is about time to, in my opinion here, the door's about to get busted down. There's a lot of people who are about to come through the doors, and you need to be able to explain to people what the heck is going on, the context behind this, and the such. Because people are going to come in with their own opinions from one video, and they're going to have to learn real quickly that just one set of opinions is not going to encompass everything. Again, because the negative influence here is... There's a lot of internal information about this community. There's a lot of internal information that's not being discussed, and it's about to be discussed. But they don't know everything. Whoever this person is who's talking about XYZ thing, they are not going to be nuanced about it. They're just going to be like, oh, this thing happened, and they are not going to have a lot of context to it. It's going to cause a lot of ruckus in Gor World. Get your whiteboards ready. Get your notebooks ready to be able to explain this. That's my advice here, because the negative influence, the 3 of Cups, there's a third party who's going to be one person, and it's like almost like the girls. Then there's this person who's going to cover them, and then there's the community. There's 3 people involved here, and I need the community to come together and get the correct facts and information. Because what's going for here? What's going for this? What's going for the community at large? The advice is lean on each other, get the facts straight. You're about to make new friends, have new people come in, make new connections. This is going to be about building relationships and building relationships with other people. And here, because here in the past, things have been kind of a little bit stuck. And here in the future is the Four of Wands. The whole foundation of what Gor World is going to get flipped on its head. It will not be where it is today. Is not where it is going to be at the end of September. The end of September is going to be, you're not going to recognize this community. Hold on to your butts. We're about to have this is like a deep dive of some sort. It's going to get into this community. Again, it's not going to be super well researched. It's not. Just saying, it's not going to be well researched. It's going to be it's going to feel hollow to the people who are here, in my opinion. So that's what I'm kind of seeing here. Again, it's not going to be well researched, or it's going to be as much well researched as it possibly can be. But because there is so much nuance to the conversation around the girls, it is hard to encapsulate it if you haven't lived in it. So that's what I'm kind of seeing here for the advice for the community. This whole, we're going to have to divorce it, leave it behind. Everything is just built so rockily. So that's what I'm kind of seeing here. Are there any, I'm just going through the chat now. I don't know who's going to make it. I've been seeing this for a while. I've been getting it's a more masculine type of figure. I would love to see a swoop doc on like Gor World. Personally, I'd love to see a swoop doc because it feels like she researches her stuff really, really well. And she would be able to give a good, nuanced conversation to it. Yeah, Heather, French and babies, but a million times worse. Yep, that is the best description that could probably be given to this situation. Because it's not going to be pretty. Not going to be pretty at all. Were there any other questions y'all wanted me to look into? I know people were looking at like the Jordy thing. We can take a look into the Jordy thing really quick. Otherwise, if there's any other questions y'all have, let me know in the... Just let me know in the chat box. So, all right, let's take a look at this whole thing with Jordy. I know a lot of people wanted to. So, who is Swoop? So, Swoop is she makes documentaries on YouTube. They're really well researched. She's done James Charles and all these things. James Charles, she does people on TikTok. She just did a Labubu one. So she just like deep dives into internet nonsense. And she takes us to Petty University, as she likes to say. I really like her. She's very good at what she does. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. What was going on with the Jordy community guideline strike? And go from there. Because I know I did say I wanted to do that. That was just a specific thing. This community guideline strike. Yeah, it was Amber. Why is it? Because the Nine of Wands, they wanted to burst his bubble. They had all the control and they wanted to burst his bubble and go in and try to make things. They also wanted to make a statement. They wanted to make a statement with the Two of Swords. Like, we have more power than you do. You want to try this? Go for it. It's like, they also wanted to, it's also like, it feels like, okay, we're going to do this, but then do we do more? There's a little bit of things going on here. I truly do believe she had something to do with this. They wanted to burst the bubble and make him question everything going on. Unseen obstacle, hopes and fears here with the Page of Swords as well. They're looking for him to screw up. They're monitoring his channel extremely hard. They want more on him, especially with the Page of Swords. They want him to slip up and essentially get himself in trouble. Unseen obstacle, the King of Cups reverse. Someone really likes him. There's this gosh darn King of Cups again. There's someone who really likes Jordy. Or I shouldn't say likes Jordy, but the unseen obstacle for this whole situation, this King of Cups can't justify getting rid of Jordy. So I was going through this actually earlier today, and I kind of gotten this type of impression. So when it comes to YouTube, now I'm not saying that this is true. I'm not saying that this is fact. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is this is the impression that I've seen given context clues and the other stuff. So we see this King of Cups, right? We've been seeing that this is like all a part of this whole rigmarole groupie group thing. The mukbang empire, as I'm gonna call him. And what I saw this morning was YouTube. YouTube, once you hit like there's like, again, I don't claim that this is true. I don't claim that this is really what goes on. I'm just saying this is the impression that I've seen. YouTube will look the other way on certain people, places, and or things depending on your subscriber count, but more on the money that you make. And it's a certain threshold that you make, whether this is a legacy amount, feels like a legacy amount, or like a certain amount that you make each month on like a consistent basis. And once you hit like a certain amount, like you've either hit like a legacy amount or you've hit like a metric on YouTube, that like it's hard to, you have to go through like an extra round of paperwork or 3 extra rounds of paperwork to justify terminating or getting rid of a channel. And what it feels like for Jordy is it takes a lot of, because of the amount of money that he brings in to the platform as a whole, he has to justify demonetizing or like getting rid of his channel. One, you either need an immense amount of paperwork and lawyers, or you need to do a ton of paperwork from the back end to justify it. In my opinion here, what I felt earlier was there are certain creators who are getting very close to that monthly threshold who got their demonetization taken away before they had to go through the extra paperwork to do so. And that's kind of what I'm seeing when it comes to this. Like, there's certain thresholds you need to make, and once you hit those certain thresholds, you're kind of not messed with as much, because there's like there's a larger amount of paperwork needed to justify to get rid of you. So people who are smaller channels, there's not as much paperwork. We can justify getting rid of you because you blatantly like went against the TOS. So like that's what I'm kind of seeing. And I know Jordy did have all those issues last year, but he was also a smaller channel last year, and I do not believe he had that threshold. He had not made that threshold, unlike this year where he has made that threshold a lot more. That's what I'm kind of seeing. And again, do people think that he's being protected? Like would I say he's being protected? No. It's all about the level. It's like you're leveling up, right? You start with the smaller channels and then you level up depending on how much you're making or the subscriber count and the such. And so like he's leveled up, so he has more protections to keep him on the platform, or it's going to take a lot more to justify getting rid of him from the platform. Yes. So that's what I'm kind of seeing here. And that seems to be like, this is a warning. Yes. But the warning is more like, yeah, we can do stuff with you. However, the warning feels like it's kind of a little lackluster. Because also the negative influence here, the 3 of Pentacles. He's not big enough yet. What I want to say, if y'all want to go protect Jordy or whoever, whatever, get him to 100K. Get Jordy to 100K. Because once he goes to 100K, he gets a YouTube manager and a direct contact to YouTube who is going to help him with things if he does not have one already. Once he does that, then he has access to more. That's like the next level up for him, and that's what I would say. Because what's going for him, the 10 of Pentacles, they are trying to cut him off before he gets that access, in my opinion here. They're trying to cut him off before he gets that next level up or access, because once he gets that, it's going to be damn near impossible to get rid of him, in my opinion here. Because here in the past, the Tower, they wanted to get rid of him. He was causing too many issues. He was going to be the Tower. They wanted him, they wanted the crown to fall off. Yeah, they wanted the crown to fall off. They wanted him to crash and fail and burn. And here, but here in the future, Ten of Cups, I don't see him going nowhere. I don't see him going nowhere, in my opinion, off of this community guideline strike. That's what I'm seeing. Again, they wanted to strike him while he doesn't have these resources yet. And he, again, if you want to help get him there, or also Pulpy or other people, get him to 100K. They have a lot more protections, and they also have just leveled up in the YouTube system, and it's going to be damn near impossible to touch them because of the amount of paperwork that is needed and the justification to get rid of them. In my opinion, that's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm feeling, and the such. Yeah, he's going to be just fine, to be 100% honest. He hasn't hit that level already. I think he's only at like 90 some K, so he has about 10K more people to go. But once he hits that 100K level up, it's going to be damn near impossible to get rid of him. And I think people who want him gone off the platform know this and are trying their dangdest to figure out how to get rid of him now before he hits that threshold. So again, if y'all want to help him out with all that stuff, again, I would get him to 100K. Because then he has a direct line of contact to YouTube, who's going to help him a lot more than a automated system. Okay? Okay. So what I'm going to do here next is I'm just going to do one kind of like last reading. If there's, again, any other creators in the space that want a reading, let me know. Otherwise, I think what I'm going to end up doing is we're just going to do a closeout reading for everybody, and then probably call it a night. So, yeah, you guys are very welcome. I really just hope that, again, I don't see him having many issues. But there's going to be a lot of people who are they're going to be looking at him always to try and make sure he does not level up. But whatevs, to each their own, right? Okay, let's just do a last collective reading here for everybody, and especially with all these really weird things going on, and kind of ending it there. So, at the end of this, Six of Cups. Stuff from our past is about to come out. We have stuff from our past that is always about to come out with the Queen of Swords. Don't fall for the rage bait. Don't fall for people doing stuff in the past. Because because from a material influence, people are just trying to rage you. Get you to rage bait. Rage super chat. Just get your money. That's all that they want. They just want you to spend your money because you're angry and you're mad and you're not thinking. We've gone through this with Foodie. I don't know why we need to not go through this with I do not know why we need to learn this lesson a second time with Amberlynn. Again, if people are going to try and get your money by making you angry and or rage and do all these things, it's not worth it. It never has been and never will be. Learn from the past. Here in the future, Seven of Pentacles, or in the future, hopes and fears. Y'all, we've learned our lessons. We don't need to relearn them. Please and thank you. Don't. Seven of Pentacles too is like we're harvesting what we've planted. Our seeds have been gone, they've grown, we've nurtured them, and it's now time to harvest. Fall is going to be a really important time for this community, as well as the unseen obstacles. We are not going to see the justice or the karma that we think that these people are going to get. The Justice card reverse is like, we are not going to see everyone's karma in this lifetime. We can't. We won't. There's too much that's out there. Break the cycle, because, again, we need to break the cycle, because even though the universe isn't going to get them in this lifetime, doesn't mean that they won't get them in the next lifetime. Because the negative influence here is the Death card. People might be passing before they can get their just due, their karma. What's going on? Because what's going for it, we have a King of Cups here who is being, again, this gosh darn King of Cups keeps showing up, who is prolonging things, who is making sure that things do not go down the way that the universe is trying to align them. Here in the past, the Four of Swords, things are going to get brought up from the past, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be scary. It's going to be nasty. And here in the future, the Five of Swords, everyone's going to feel like shit. Everyone's going to be in a lose-lose situation. Doesn't matter if you won or they won, no one's won. There's no winner coming out of this. It is just going to be people who are battered, bruised, and bandaged. And I would just be cognizant of there's going to be no winner. There is no loser. There is no moral high ground. All there is the situation at hand. And how did you go through it? How do you feel about yourself? And what are you going to do about it in the future? So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling. And that's kind of where I want to leave it off here tonight with everything. Because at the end of the day, I don't know, this is really weird. With the fire truck, this is all about community. It is all about unity, and it is all about rapid change that is coming in. And we have an urgency to do so. So why keep sticking to the same old things in the past? Yeah, just keep your vibration up. There's no right side or wrong side. There's only you doing what you need to do. Because again, this is going to be pretty nasty, and just be with the people around you that bring you love, light, joy, and happiness. Don't fall for the rage. Don't fall for the anger. It's not worth it at the end of the day. So that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm seeing. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you have a great rest of your night, your day, your afternoon, your morning, whenever you are watching. I really appreciate everyone who's been here in the live. Y'all have been amazing, and I appreciate you all who's been here. If y'all want to feel, and then I also want to say a great big thank you to everyone who's on the replay gang. Welcome. Thank you so very much. I really just want to say a great big thank you to everyone in Gor World, as with this community has really come together and has been a huge part of my channel. And I really want to appreciate everyone here in the community and kind of what we've built in. So again, really just want to say a great big thank you. And yeah, so with that, if y'all want to leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions in the description, in the box down below, in the comments down below, or in the chat right here. Otherwise, thank you again so very much. If you want to book a personal reading with me or join me on YouTube members, you can do so using all the links that are in the description box. Otherwise, I really just want to say a great big thank you to everyone. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, night, morning, or the such. So thank you. And